Think back to your first home or maybe your second home. What were you looking for? A Japanese maple, maybe? Beautiful landscaping, proximity to a park. Everybody has different things that they are looking for in their ideal home. And also the season of life that you're in. That also comes into play. Hi, my name is Jennifer Mount, and I am the managing broker, also a realtor in production at Legacy Realty Advisors. And if you're just joining this story, welcome to our YouTube channel. Please subscribe and please share this with someone because we would love to grow. Because the more people we can reach, the more people we can impact in a positive way. So if you've been following us, the past month, we have been featuring the Beatty family and their whole journey from finding their new home to today. And today is closing day, and that is always such a fun day. We're doing our final walkthrough now. And so I'm going to share just a couple of the little last minute things that you want to think about when you conclude your home purchase. You'll want to watch some of the previous episodes or videos, if you will, about all the things that we went through to get to this point. Because yes, the closing day is important, but all the days leading up to it are really the work. I've heard people say before, all realtors do is show up and get a check. That is the opposite of the service that you're going to get if you use me or one of my agents here at Legacy Realty Advisors. Anyway, I digress. Whenever you are going to closing, what does closing mean? Closing is the accumulation of the transaction. And so you want to come and do a final walkthrough on the property right before closing, because you want to make sure that when the clients moved out, they didn't put any holes in the walls. The grass isn't 10 feet tall. Now, our contracts don't technically speak to grass. Look at this backyard. Isn't it so cute? It's got a little separate fenced area for their pets and a she shed or a he shed. Anyhow, there's no specific part of the contract that speaks to having the grass mowed prior to closing, and length of grass is definitely a debatable topic, but I always encourage my clients right before. So we're at the final walkthrough right now, and our closing is in 30 minutes. So let's do one final walkthrough on the house and make sure when they were moving all their furniture out, they didn't put any holes in the walls. They didn't take the appliances they were supposed to leave, things like that. That's why I think it's important to do that on the way to closing. And my clients are here right now, so hopefully you'll get to meet them, and then we'll circle back to this here in just a little bit. Okay, so we have arrived at the title company, and we've just finished signing all of the documents. All right, you guys, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, so what was the thing that made you fall in love with the house the most?
I think for me, it was probably the screened-in porch on the back.
Yes.
I just spend my mornings out there. And also just felt like a family home, so.
I agree. I agree with the screened-in porch. Definitely how well it was taken care of, though. Like how well the yard was taken care of, the house, like all the bones were good, and has all the room we need to add what we want.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay, so what advice would you give someone that was just starting their home search?
Definitely use a good realtor. That's important. And I think just going with your gut is important as well.
Also do your research too.
Yeah.
Make sure, you understand the area and understand what you're looking for, and don't overpay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so what are you most excited about with your next chapter?
I think for me, definitely raising our family in a house that we feel like has enough space and everything that we want.
Absolutely. Yeah. Raising our family, getting to make his room and have memories with him in just a brand new space, and just grow together.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, well, thank you guys so much. This is perfect. Okay. The final walkthrough went fantastic, and now we are here at Colonial Title which is my title company of choice. And the buyers will be signing all of the documents in order to consummate this transaction. And Colonial Title is important to me because of my relationship with the owner, who is Keith Stitt. He and I met several years back, and my closer's name is Tina Pendergrass. She's amazing. And Tammy Hunter. They have just been great for me for a very long time. And their goal this year is, or what their slogan this year is, "You mean the world to us," which I love. This globe, it says things like kindness, love, hope, respect, peace, strength, all of those things. So it's so important to have partners whose core values are in alignment with your core values. And that's what we have at Legacy. All of these things are the things that we try on a daily basis to embody and then to pass on to our clients. And one by one, we can impact the whole world in a positive way. And so the buyers will wire their money. That's one thing that's different now. Used to, you could send a cashier's check. Now it has to be a wire. And the lender will send the mortgage and all of those documents. And the title company will create a settlement statement. And the settlement statement is what shows all of the fees that the buyer needs to be ready to bring to closing. And buyers and sellers sign separately now. We used to all be at this big table here together, but that changed probably around COVID days. And so now usually the sellers will pre-sign, so all the documents are ready. So the seller's realtor was in the lobby, and so the buyers sign all the documents, and then we get the money, and then they get the keys, and then the transaction is complete. And I wanted you to hear from our buyers today so they can kind of tell you a little bit of insight about their thoughts about the transaction, and just let you know that I would love for you to be my next client. I would love for you to be my next interview. I would love to help you find the right home for you. And I would love to be a part of your story. So you're going to hear from my buyers next. And then I hope you have a fantastic week. Thanks for joining me for another midweek motivation. Hopefully you grabbed a cup of coffee and unwound for 10 minutes or so. And now get back to work.